And we're getting to the bottom of this whole squirting thing. Is it real?
Well, I just talked to a squirter. It's funny that you bring that up.
Was I sitting with that squirter in the lobby earlier?
No. But this particular squirter was just saying that they really are messy and that they'll empty their bladder, like really empty their bladder. And they go, this is why I can't. They're like, I'm completely empty. And then just streams of whatever is inside of them comes shooting out afterwards. So they're like, it can't be pee. I mean, there's all these women that say that. So I don't know, man.
I mean, it just seems like cow tipping to me.
Yeah.
You know, cow tipping isn't real.
What do you mean?
It's not real.
How do you mean it's not real?
No one's ever tipped a cow.
Yeah, they have.
Nope. No one's ever tipped a cow. Put it in the fucking comments. Cow tipping's fake. And so is squirting. Squirting's fake. It's fake. It's fucking fake. It's women. It's first of all, I've never met a real woman that squirts. I've only been
real
with 6
woman?
Like a real woman.
Not a trans woman?
It's just porn stars. Don't get me started there.
No.
By the way,
who just said this? Who just said they were a big squirter? Fuck. Who was it? Was she on the show?
Steph.
Yeah.
Who's Steph?
Steph Tolev. She said that she's a
Pull up a picture of Steph Tolev.
She's a comic. She's not a
No.
porn star.
I bet she. Oh no, I'm definitely not gonna believe her.
Why?
No, because it's a bit. It's a bit. She's a comic. She's not like a. I thought she was a porn star comic. She's a regular comic.
No, she's a real comic. She's really funny.
She's a regular comic. And she's just doing a bit.
Dude,
she's doing a bit. Squirting isn't real. It's not real. I don't believe it.
Can we get her on the phone? Can we get her on the phone?
Yeah, let me work on it.
Okay.
I know Steph Tolev. She's funny as fuck.
Yeah, she's super funny and she squirts.
No. Look at her. It's a bit.
You never had
same way like Redman. I'm not saying that she's like the equivalent of Redman, but the Redman would be like, you know, jerk off and spider. Like it's a thing. It's like Donkey Punch. It's not real.
You never been with somebody who was like on the verge of squirting?
No.
Even?
No.
Like a pool is like in the bed afterwards.
I've had women come I've had stuff come out, but not in a plethora of like squirt on the wall.
Well,
like I've had stuff come out, obviously.
So what do you think's happening? You think it's just piss when that happens?
I think it's piss, or I think that what they do is they fill their vaginas up with water, like a douche, and then they squirt that out, and it's a bit for camera effect.
So the porn girls.
Yeah, it's not real.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying, and look, and I know that everyone's going to go, well, you don't know how to fuck right. Well, or you're getting lied to like cow tipping. I don't have her number, but I just emailed her.
Well, you know what? I'll send her a DM right now. Hold on, because I have this.
Why don't we just call Nikki Glazer? She'd be honest.
Well, does she say that she does?
No, but Nikki would, if anyone's squirting, it's Nikki.
Yeah, but Steph just told us about it.
Yeah, but no, but I think it's like a thing, like, so not all women can squirt, or all women can squirt, and just some don't have the ability to squirt.
Hold on, let me see if she responds to this. Just give me 1 second.
Do you think in the 1800s there were squirters? Do you think in the 1500s that there were squirters? How come we never heard about squirters until right now?
Well,
like how come there was no squirters back in the day?
How come Shakespeare didn't write about squirting?
Right. How come we just now hear about squirting? If squirting's been around forever, I don't remember any porn up until like the last 10 years with squirting in it, right? You never saw squirting before that.
True.
So when the fuck did this happen? Or is it just a thing where they're like, and here's the thing, they're never going to tell us the truth. They're always going to lie to us.
The girls?
Yeah, because it's a way to make our
But she has no reason to buy.
No, she's just a comic.
I understand, but if she tells you about her real, you're going to be like, this is still a bit?
She's on a podcast.
Okay.
Look at this. If she pulled you aside at a comedy club and grabbed you and said, hey, Tom, I squirt like fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Then you'd be like, this isn't a bit.
Yeah.
But when you're on stage or when you're on a podcast.
So it kind of feels like, and I'm not saying you're doing this, but it kind of feels like you're waiting for someone to pull you aside and squirt in your face and be like, see, that was real.
If Leanne could squirt, I believe it. And if anyone was going to squirt, it's Leanne. And I know that, like, I don't know. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, why is it just shown up in reality right now? Like, why is it just shown up? Where were the baby boomers that squirted?
It's not a bad point.
Can you imagine if you were Martha Washington and you squirted. You imagine back then when you could hit women?
Can
you'd be
we
like, what the fuck did you do to my bed, you old
Can
lady?
we call your mom?
No.
No, well, hold on. Just let me finish. And just ask her if any of her friends have ever talked about squirting.
No, first of all, my mom's on a plane.
Okay.
Your mom's a better question because your mom's.
She's not even gonna know what it is, and it's gonna be weird.
Most of these say squirting.
Yeah, she's not gonna. Isn't there like is there someone in that age range we can call that you know? Who can we call?
We need like a real
person.
Like, Janine Garofalo would be honest with us.
Okay.
Margaret Cho would be honest with us.
I believe you.
Sarah Silverman. How come all these comics that we know weren't talking about squirting 10 years ago?
Look, I'm saying it's a valid point.
You know, it's like it just showed up and now all of a sudden everyone fucking squirts. I don't know.
You know.
Hello?
Hey, Steph, it's Tom. How are you?
Good. How the hell are you?
Ask her if she knows who I am.
Do you know who Bert Kreischer is?
Yeah, I know who Bert
Okay.
Kreischer is.
Okay. You're on.
What kind of question is that?
He told me to ask.
I know who she is, but I don't know if she knows who I am.
We're on. You're on Two Bears One Cave right now, and
Okay.
And the reason I called you because we were talking. He's like, squirting is made up. It's how come it's not in the literature of the 1500s?
Okay, hold on. Let me defend Steph so she has a way out.
Okay.
Steph. Okay. I understand. My thing was, you're a comic, you're on a podcast, everything's about fun. But I've never met a squirter, and I feel like squirting showed up like 8 years ago. And so I don't know, how come none of us knew our moms that squirted and our aunts that squirted? How come there's no historical? Eleanor Roosevelt never squirted. You'd think Helen Keller would be a squirter.
Well, Steph,
have you ever asked your mother if you've?
This is what I said. I told him let's call your mom. And he was like, absolutely not.
You'd think that would be something you'd notice or your dad would bring up.
Like, oh, your mom's fucking. My face is dripping.
Well, I don't want to say this now because now this might be rude. Maybe Bert's dick isn't that big, and it's
I didn't fuck my mom.
Well,
hold on.
Okay, hold on. Wait, let's go back here because
first of all, Steph, accurate assessment. It's not that big.
It's not that. Wait.
Okay.
So
is it hard?
It is hard.
Really
it's rock hard.
I'm on testosterone.
I've held it, and it's pretty hard.
Okay.
So because you are because I was like, who did I just talk to? And you brought up, you're like,
Big squirter.
But you've said to me, you told it because we were talking about what it is, and you said I've gone to the bathroom, been completely empty bladder, and then had sex and huge squirter. So what I'm led to believe, first of all, is just deduced from what you said, is that a guy has to have a huge dick to elicit this.
No,
Okay.
it has. There's a button in there. There's a spot right in there. So it can come from fingering as well, but there's like an inner up spot that really gets it going. So maybe Bert's just never found that button before, but once you find a squirter that does have it, does Bert want me to prove it to him?
I think so. He does. He actually does.
I actually do.
He goes, I want
to God.
someone not on a podcast to pull me aside and be like, hey, pal, check out how this works.
No, yeah. Steph. Okay, here's my question. Were you a squirter before this whole squirting phenomenon was around?
I squirted for the first time 10 years ago.
So like
11 years ago, I was 27. So yes,
right.
So
Okay.
I squirted for
Okay. Did
So
something
right on
change?
the cusp.
Right on the cusp of when we got introduced to
Yeah.
squirting.
She
you
is a
started
pioneer.
squirting.
She is a pioneer.
I am.
Okay.
You're a
I don't
forerunner.
like to brag, but I was the first person to ever squirt. But I don't like to really rub that in.
So okay, before you were squirting, is there something that happened to you where you heard about squirting and you go, oh shit, I wonder if that's happening to me. I'm gonna let it go of it.
Yes, because everyone says it feels like you're going to pee. And then when you just like let that pass for a second. So if you've been with a girl and you think if she says I'm going to pee, it's probably not pee, it's probably squirt.
Yeah. So I was with somebody who one time said, oh my God, and this it feels like I'm going to pee. And everything was getting wet all around us. And then, but she asked me to stop,
Hang
Yes.
on. I was with a woman that I ended up marrying that said the same thing. When Leanne and I first started dating, she would say, it feels like I'm going to pee and ask me to stop.
Then that's a squirt. Then you have to let her keep going. She must finish that.
So
feeling.
it sounds a little rapey.
Women are embarrassed.
So there is.
It is a feeling, but now I don't feel it anymore. But when I first started to, I thought it was piss because I think it comes out of the same hole.
And then so when
It's
you
very confusing.
when you very first did this, you go, it feels like I'm gonna pee, and then you go, I'm just gonna let it go, and then did it actually like shoot out or just like kind of whatever.
The first time it kind of like came out, but now I've seen it. I can shoot it like kind of like a water fountain in middle school, like with the little elementary school, like trickle up. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's
and
the worst.
They lick it up like a little, like they're on their tippy toes, like licking it, like trying to get some water. That's what they, just a little tinkle lick. As I was saying to you, it's sometimes too much. Like I need to lie a tarp down because now it's like it's the whole bed. It got my eye last week. It's a bit of an ordeal. So
do you feel? Wait, one thing. Do you feel are you in complete control of it? In other words, can you still have a good time and if you just not do that, or is it come with having a good time for you? Like in other words, you know what I mean?
I think so, yeah. Sometimes sometimes I can really push it out. And if I can tell a guy likes it, I can really give him the old business. But sometimes if the guy sucks in bed, I don't want him to think that he's good, so I don't do it.
So you don't do it. Okay.
Wow. You know what? I got to be dead honest with you.
Sure. I get it.
Steph, you have absolutely turned me around 180 degrees on squirting.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Because I believe this is almost like the way that like all the kids are gay now. Is like it wasn't socially acceptable to be a squirter when you were Martha Washington, because you're like, oh, I don't want to pee in my man's dentures.
Yeah, yes.
I'm gonna pee, and then all it takes is one person to go, Steph, let it happen. Yeah, it turns them on.
And Steph, if you don't take this opportunity to one day just tap Bert on the shoulder and surprise him with a squirt to the face, and then be like, bro, that was real.
Yeah, I wish I was at the premiere and I would just stand up and just start squirting all over him right after.
That would be amazing.
Finished. And I'd be like, there you go. Congratulations on the movie and congratulations on the squirt.
Steph, I got to be dead honest with you. I don't think I've had a hotter conversation with a woman in 10 years.
Oddly enough, that's when she first started squirting. So
exactly.
I think you're right. When I started dating Leanne 20 years ago, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. You guys
and I remember we would have sex and she would feel like she had to pee and she'd make me stop.
Yeah.
And I was like,
you got to tell her tonight.
No.
Let that
tell
thing
her,
go.
Go home and let her piss on you.
Oh my God, I can't fucking wait.
Squirt.
If I get Leanne to squirt,
yeah.
That's like getting a dog that can fetch and go get you beers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Interesting analogy. But yeah, okay.
All right. Well, look, thank you for answering and filling us in on this, and I'm glad we were able to.
Hey, Steph, come on my podcast.
Come on his podcast.
Oh my God, please! I would love to.
All right, I have your number.
Whatever.
Okay,
I'm going to text you my number right now. Okay.
Okay, great.
Thanks, Steph.
Thank you.
Okay,
have fun, boys. Bye.
Bye.
Bert and Tom and Bert. One goes topless while the other wears a shirt. Tom tells stories and Bert's the machine. There's not a chance in hell that they'll keep it clean. Here's what we call 2 bears, 1 cave.